G'day everyone, Jason Nunn, Fisherman's Warehouse, Tuckerwood, Marks Point, with this Friday afternoon's fishing report. As you can see behind me here, Moon Island and the sea is absolutely perfect. These westerly winds are going to continue tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, even into Tuesday, but it's going to be around about 10 to 15 tomorrow. As you can see, that swell has backed right away, so conditions, rock fishing, beach fishing, offshore fishing, just looking fantastic, and certainly the inshore situation, picture perfect for this weekend. Of course, during the week we had some very mild conditions, particularly Tuesday, Wednesday. A lot of guys went out to the shelf and chased those yellowfin. It appears that the fin that they were catching were to the north, sort of east of Reddit, up around about 3303 to 3305 from what I believe, in around about 500 fathoms. There was a temp break there, guys. It was 20 degrees virtually on the northern side of the current, and it dropped away to around about 18.6 to 18.8 this side. That finger of water that I'm talking about has moved back down almost to our mid canyons, heading to the southern canyons, and there's a couple of isolated little pockets out there at the moment of this cooler water amongst that current. So fin, I think you'll find out on the back of our canyon, so there's still plenty of opportunity over the next few days to get out there. And I just think Tuesday, Monday in particular, very, very good days with that softer wind. But again, 10 to 15, I don't think it's going to be too dramatic. Inshore, of course, there's been some really nice kings getting caught on the Texas, but there's been some great reports of snapper in and around that farm line, farm down through the Texas. So that water depth in and around about 93, 96 metres, which is very common along our Catherine Hill Bay farm mark, and even up, on that middle farm to north farm. So some great fishing on the bottom there, some really nice snapper getting caught, a few trag getting caught south, but again, those kingfish, plenty of jigging and live baiting going on. Probably just got to watch the breeze, guys, but I think there's still plenty of opportunity there, but some very, very good fish. The tides this weekend, fantastic. You've got a low tide midday, but around about 5:45 high tide, and the new moon is going to roll on through on Tuesday. So we're going to get these tides starting to move back around next week, which looks really special. Inshore reefs from Waibung right the way through Red Head and up towards Newcastle and beyond. There are a lot of tailor on these inshore reefs at the moment. A lot of really nice fish too, 45 to 50 centimetre fish, mixed in with, of course, those blue spot flathead and a few reds, but no real big numbers of reds on those inshore reefs. It's that deeper water where they're really fishing very, very well. But it's not to say if you can get down there and do a bit of burling, you may be rewarded on that tide, particularly late in the morning or early. Now, of course, still a few big bonito around, but this week, those barracuda that I've been talking about were in plague proportions in some of those spots down around that Bird Island area. So just be aware that when you see that big plume of bait on the sounder and you see those barracuda coming up to the surface, you just got to move away, because I'll just kill you virtually. They'll just eat everything you put in the water. So just avoid those big build-ups of these barracuda. The beaches, a lot of salmon around, guys, but only those small little tackers. And there are some nice tailor individual fish on that Belmont Blacksmith stretch. Had some really nice reports of Stockton. Salmon certainly down on that main part of the Stockton area near the soccer field, a little bit more up to the breakwater, but some very, very good tailor up the beach at Stockton. Some really nice fish, those kilo and a half fish. So it's like a bit of a reciprocation. A month or so ago, Stockton was quiet with tailor, Belmont Beach was on fire, and now Stockton's turn. It's really fishing well, and these flatter conditions will definitely favour that. Down on the rocks, a great opportunity, guys, to get down there and fish for some of them luderick. No doubt early in the morning, again late in the afternoon on that tide, spinning those edges there for some of those tailor, of course, and a good opportunity to fish for snapper off the rocks due to these very flat conditions. No salmon in the channel. We just had a look, guys. Seen a few birds out here at Moon Island there when we first pulled up. Thought of a bit of excitement, maybe a few salmon, but I just don't think so. A lot more salmon down on that south coast area. It may be the season that we miss them. We'll just have to see what happens over the next month or two. But some good luderick throughout the channel and some really good fishing in the lake. But again, that southern end of the lake, that Pulborough Island area, some very good flathead. I spoke to Stevie Norris today. Some really nice fish. A lot of fish that mid-60s, some 70s, but some really good plate fish amongst these bait school. And there was some big tailor down around Pulborough Island, some very big fish on the bottom. And this is what's going to happen. As we start to get into the depth of winter, a lot of these surface fish that are busting up haven't got a lot of size on them, guys. And I talked about it for quite some time. This is the time of year you've got to get them deep divers down, those deep tail dancers. You've got to get down that 8 and 9 metres and set them back and work the bottom, because the bigger fish are coming off the bottom. The guys that are using the vibes are striking them. So if you're trolling, you've got to go deep. But there's some big tailor mixed in with these flathead, of course. It's a couple of mulloway, but the mulloway have just gone a little bit quiet. I think maybe on this new moon, as it rolls through, we'll start to see it fire up. The northern end of the lake, the temperature has dropped away in patches up there, 13 to 14 degrees. So I just think the benefit of that southern end of the lake with that temperature a couple of degrees warmer will be the pick. And of course that westerly means fishing that western side of the lake, which will be absolutely perfect on virtually the last few days of the school holidays. Now, a couple of things happening for our listeners, of course. We've got a great little combo outfit that we've put together. We've got a Daiwa Hyper rod, and basically we've put a beautiful little Accela reel on it. This will be perfect for working in the estuaries. What we've done, guys, we've included a Shimano lure wallet as well. So the value of this combo, when you put it together with the lure wallet, $375. For our viewers, $199 for the lot. That's just for our viewers. We've got about a dozen of them, guys, so be quick. And we're still going to continue the specials on our Samaki Vibes. It's proven to be very popular. 20% off all Samaki Vibes. Guys, the sun is out. There is no rain. And looking behind me here, there's no excuse. Let's get out there amongst them and catch a few. And I'll see you next Friday.